guess what's the immediate reaction from that?
Devastation. It's a hell of a way to lose a basketball game.
Breaking it down a little further, so up 5 with about 12 left, and they get the quick 3. I think you did have the timeout. Would you wanted to take timeout to advance the ball there? Or
no, not necessarily. I don't want to put yourself in that. I mean, if I had 2, I would have taken it automatically. Felt super comfortable with the lineup we had out there to get the ball in, and we just executed. Still had, I think, time to call the timeout, but I think in that situation, the thought process was, get it in if we can. If not, call a timeout.
2 straight nights of kind of similar games in some ways, where you have control and there are these big runs in short amounts of times. Where did you see any through line defensively about kind of not being able to get stops at certain moments? Or
I mean, they shot 11 of 14 from 3. I mean, that's 11 of 14 in an empty gym is really good. So that's unreal shooting.
Yeah, go ahead.
The fourth,
yeah.
Defensively, you guys in the second and third quarter had whatever that kind of thing was that had been missing at times. Did you see, obviously, hot shooting is hot shooting, but earlier in that fourth quarter, did you see let up in any way from your team in terms of execution?
No. I mean, you got to figure, too, 3-on-1 Kobe White transition 3, a 3-on-2 Kobe White transition 3. I mean, in the half court, we were great.
It could get lost in the result, but we've talked about the balance between LeBron, Luka, and Austin trying to figure things out. And what do you make of Austin and his ability to make plays down the stretch and kind of having the ball in his hands and execute?
Yeah, he was phenomenal tonight. I thought all 3 of those guys were great. And, I think for Luka, LeBron, AR, those 3, it's not just the points and the plays, it's their leadership. They were great. They were great on that end tonight.
Earlier this season, you guys suffered a gut punch loss to the Magic at home, and it hit you guys in a way. Like, it seemed like afterwards there was like ramifications from that. Is that something you're going to recall too at all in terms of, obviously it's a different team and a different group, but the way you guys kind of manage that?
I mean, it's the third one. It's the third one because the Atlanta game too. We had that game won. So it's there's games. There's games throughout the year that happen like that, I think, to every team. And you can look back, we should have done this, should have done that. We got one last night at Indy. We lost on a half-court shot. I thought, overall, outside of a couple of plays, the execution, the shots we were getting, it was good.
How do you, kind of to Dan's question, how do you make sure that there's no emotional, carryover from these last 2 nights going into Saturday's game against Memphis?
We're not in a position to feel sorry for ourselves.
It was Jackson tonight, and he got the tip in late, and it just felt like, anytime they were shifting away from him, he got a basket.
Yeah, he was really good on the offensive end. I thought his poise on some of his catches where, obviously the lobs are one thing, but just catching it, whether it was in the pocket or on dump-off passes, not rushing, first jump hook of his career, was really happy to see that. But no, he was great. And then I thought as the game went on, and particularly late in the fourth quarter, the adjustment without playing with his hands and just playing with his hands back, he was able to draw that charge on Kobe White. So he was great.